I love Mexican food. I love Mexican people. I don't even know what it is. I think it's just people, we have a connection, you know, I don't know, South Africans and Mexicans or something. People from shithole countries, we have this thing. I still can't believe the things Donald Trump says. He's such a, for me, Donald Trump is an emotional paradox, I'm not gonna lie. You know, logically I can process him, emotionally I struggle. On the one hand, I will admit I wake up many days terrified at the notion that he's president of the most powerful nation in the world. But I also must admit I wake up many days knowing he's gonna make me laugh. Yeah, there's terror and there's joy and I don't know how to feel. You know what it feels like sometimes? It feels like there's a giant asteroid headed towards the Earth, but it's shaped like a penis. Like I think I'm gonna die, but I know I'm gonna laugh. Because you just look at everything that he does. The world we now live in because of him. Like you realize we're living through history. You know, this will never happen in our lifetimes again. We're living through a time when we're all learning about the presidency at the same time as the president. That's never happened. How wild is that concept? You wake up every day reading the news and you're like, wow, I didn't know that. And somewhere at that exact same moment, he's reading the same news going, wow, me too. And nobody knows where it's going to lead. Nobody knows what he's going to do. All we know is that he wants his wall. He wants his wall. Donald Trump wants his wall. He needs $25 billion the last time he asked. He needs it from American taxpayers because Mexico is smart. That fell apart real quick. I remember how confident he was at the rallies, people cheering for him. He was like, folks, we're going to build. We're going to build a wall, folks. Who's going to pay? Mexico. And Mexico was like, we ain't paying for shit, man. We might build it, but we're not going to pay for it, man. And I don't know if you've been following the journey of the wall, but it's probably the best comedy on TV, right? Because now they've started building prototypes of the wall at the border, right? Because Donald Trump said he wants them to test the wall first. I don't know how you do that. You know, it's like, try again. And because this is the prototypes, Donald Trump now has specifications for the wall. He now says he wants the wall to be made out of concrete, but he also needs the wall to be see-through, right? And the reason the president wants the wall to be see-through is because he said he's afraid that drug dealers from Mexico are going to shoot bags of drugs over the wall and it's going to hit Americans on the head as they walk by. So he needs the wall to be see-through so that Americans can see the drugs coming and catch it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what a see-through wall is. But at this point, I'm just worried that a contractor is going to come along and trick the president. He's going to take him to the border and be like, there it is, Mr. Trump. Your invisible wall. And then just to make sure he buys it, he's going to hire a troop of Mexican mimes just to be like, oh my God, you can't get through it. It works. Like the mind of Donald Trump. Oh, the other idea he had for the wall was he said America should build the wall out of solar panels. That's what he said. He said America should build the wall out of solar panels because that way the wall would generate electricity and pay for itself. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. That's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Unless you know anything about solar panels or the sun or walls. Because the problem with that idea is that the sun is up. Yeah? We all agree on that? We're still on the same page there? Yeah? The sun is up, right? A solar panel wall is not going to work because a wall is like this. So technically it's facing down. So unless you have like a really swaggy sun that's like, yeah, I shine real low, B, it's not going to work for you. The only way it works is if you take your border solar panel and lean it at an angle to get the sun's rays. But if you do that, now you've just created a giant ramp for Mexicans to shoot into America. It's like, órale! The mind of Donald J. Trump. The J stands for Jesus. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, a lot of self-loathing going on there. And he's always going after someone, right? He's always going after someone. If it's not Mexicans, it's Muslims. If it's not Muslims, it's Africans from shithole countries. And that one was my favorite personally, because I am an African and I've shat in a hole. I also liked it because like people came up to me and asked me questions. There was one man who came up to me after a show, really concerned. He was like, Trevor, hey, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, go ahead, my friend. He said, hey, Trevor, I just wanted to know when Donald Trump says all these horribly racist things, do you sometimes just want to, pack it up, leave America, go back to South Africa and escape all this racism? I said, my friend, you don't go to South Africa to escape racism. That's where you go to stock up. Are you kidding me? That's the one thing that reminds me of home. Racism out here. Because we've got tons of racism in South Africa. And don't get me wrong, it's gotten a lot better. When I was growing up, we had apartheid. And, apartheid was basically the best racism in the world. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I mean, now you're going to feel bad and be like, oh, racism was the best. No, it wasn't. It was good, but not the best. And I experienced a bunch of racism, and everyone did. I never felt like it was a bad thing, mostly because of my family. My mother is a black woman, Xhosa woman. My father's Swiss from Switzerland. And them being a couple was against the law, and that was a problem for us living together. And so we experienced a ton of racism. And in case you're wondering, yes, Xhosa is one of the languages with the clicks in it, right? Xhosa, but not like in American movies, just so you know. Yeah, I've seen those movies where they have Africans and they're like, that's not a language. Yeah, even we watch those movies and we're like, I wonder what they are saying, yeah? Where are they from? I think they're from Cleveland. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things? We've been traveling all around the country now. It's been so much fun, out in places like PE and Cape Town and East London, and recently went to Durban, which was a bit of a schlep for us. It was really hard because it was raining so much, and then on top of the flight delays that you have to contest with, there's also like overbooking, which is a problem. I don't know if you know what overbooking is, but basically it's a legal process where it's a practice rather where airlines book more tickets than there are seats on the plane. So they book more, sort of like a taxi. But then they don't let you get on when you get there. So they just hope you don't pitch up. He's like, please. Yeah. It's like, that's what they do. And so we flying down to Durban, and it was the funniest thing ever. We're standing in the queue, everyone's all fidgety in the line, looking at their watches, and they call us forward. They're like, next, please, next. So we go to the counter, and there's one of those women there with her glasses and her relaxed hair, and she's there. And then she's like, can I have your ID, please? And you're like, IDs, everyone puts them down. She's like, where are you flying? And we're like, Durban, please. She's like, Durban. Durban. Yes. Mm-hmm. Are you flying now? No, tomorrow, it's a practice run. Are you flying? And we're like, yes, we need to fly now. Okay. And then she starts typing frantically, which I never understand, because when I book my tickets, all I need to do is click. It's click, Joe, that one, click, Durb, that one, click, and then it does it all, and then she's there. I bet she wasn't even busy doing our tickets anymore. She's just like there, clicking. She's probably on like Facebook or something there, updating her status. Yo, another one is here. I'm dead, another one here. Yo, dead. You overbooking. Dead. Oh, poke back. Dead. You dead. Death by overbooking. Yo. Because of their faux pas, the airline is as kind as to upgrade us on the next flight to business class. They say, we're sorry about what happened. Here you go, business class. Oh, I love business class, You get to go to a special lounge where everyone's very businessy. Yes. No, it is, because when you're in business class, you overhear conversations and they sound totally different, You overhear people saying things like, yes, well, the mergers are coming along. I mean, if you look at the companies that are, people walking around, well, I mean, if the numbers are right, then we'll definitely get that stock portfolio going. And you got people walking there, no, I'm in the kids of this situation to make sure that all the shareholders are happy, and then we'll present to management, and it's going to be a installment of what, you hear like businessy kind of stuff. Whereas when you're in economy, it's just like a huge group of people. You generally overhear conversations like, I thought you put it in the bag. You said you put it in the bag. What? It was on the I asked you to put it in. Why is it not in the bag? Oh, wow. And so we're going through the airports and then we go through security. And I love security in South Africa. It is the most chilled out security you will find anywhere in the world. It is. Like South African security is just like, we work on an honesty system in this country. The security guard, he's there to enforce, but it's more on honesty. It's like, look, this is it's up to you. This is the honesty place. This is where we all admit to our sins. Come forward. Do you have anything to declare? It's that type of place. Overseas, when you come through customs, it's the craziest thing ever. You got to take off everything. You got to take off your shoes, and you take off your belt, and you can't wear a jacket or a hoodie or a cap or anything. You got to take off your rings and nothing, not even coins in your pocket. Even if you got like a big filling, then you're in trouble. Then and they'll be like, then you're like, but it's my teeth. And they're like, well, you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna, and then like colored people are like, excuse me, oh, yeah. That's great. Whereas in South Africa, I sometimes feel like these security guards don't actually know what their equipment does. They're very chilled out about it. Because you walk through at airport security, and you get there, and the guy will be like, code number four. And then you go through, and you stand there, and the guy will be waiting. He'll give you that bucket, and he'll be like, what's in the bag? Like, what do you mean? He's like, is there a laptop? Yes. Out. Take it out. Laptop out. Please, put it by itself. Put there, yeah. Any other laptop? You're like, no. Laptop out. Like, okay. What did you do? Okay, there it is. Okay. And my gun? No, it's fine. Just the laptop. Yeah. Watching you. It's so much fun. And you walk through the metal detectors, which I swear either don't work or these people really don't understand them at all. So you walk through metal detectors, and it's not just at airports. No matter where they are in this country, you walk through a metal detector, a casino, a school, government institution. You'll walk in there, and then it'll make that sound. But then I don't know if they know what that means, because you walk through and be like, beep, 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 beep. And you see how security guards smile because they get ready, because they're going to use the wand. They love the wand. You see, they wait the whole day. Yes, my time has arrived. Excalibur, I call upon you. It's like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, just stand there. Yeah. Pulls out his wand. Those black ones, just pulls them out. Okay, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm just. doesn't really do that. It would be cool if it did though. Although it would be weird. It would be weird. For like some guy from the township to have a lightsaber. Wouldn't work at all though. It wouldn't. Imagine, it wouldn't be like Darth Vader. It would be like Braveda. Bravi! It would have been the worst Star Wars ever if it was in South Africa, wouldn't it? Like the critical point, the moment that made the movie would never happen if it was in a township in South Africa. Because which guy from the township would claim a child after that many years? Guy would be like, look. Yes, what is it?
No, look there. It's your father.
But it wasn't. Okay, sorry. I digress. The wand. Comes. Sorry. Comes out with the wand. And they always do that thing, they go around. And we don't know what it's supposed to do or not, Yeah.
Any weapons?
What was that for? Even if I had something, I'm not going to tell you now. Obviously, you have been defeated. Any weapons? No.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. We work on the honesty system in this country. Everywhere you go. I'd like to meet the genius who invented the honesty book. Ah, yes, the honesty book. Yes, the book of truth. No one can lie when they write in this book. Whenever you visit someone at a townhouse or office complex, we have the book of truth. Fill in the book before you enter. Name. Ah, yes. Surname. Phone number and address. Reason for visit. PVT. We'll just do that. Look at everyone else. PVT. And once I asked the security guard, I was like, what's the point of this? Why am I filling in this book? He's like, no, it's for security reasons. Says, I figured that much, but what is it about? It's so that if you can do anything bad inside there, if maybe you can steal or kill someone, then we can find you. Ah, of course. Because I wrote my real name and surname. The honest killer strikes again. It's just ridiculous. I was like, okay, and then I kill someone, and then what are you going to do? It's like, then you sit there, we can just phone you and tell you must come back. Yeah. Same time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things? I just got back from Atlanta. It was 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot as well. The worst thing is everyone comes up to me and they go, well, you must be used to this being from Africa. And no, I'm not. I'm from Africa, but that shit is hot. That was just, no. I was scared to go jogging because I thought if I ran out in the streets and fainted, wouldn't the local news love that? I'd be running and I'd fall down in the heat. They would have their vans reporting live. They'd be standing there going, so hot in Atlanta, even Africans are fainting. So I'm enjoying this. Really happy to be here, This is going to be good for us, I hope. I say I hope because I never know with stand-up comedy. It's just, it's an awkward experience, I find. I'm always nervous. I find comedy is very similar to sex for me. Well, it's exactly like sex when you think about it. With me, the comedian, playing the role of the man, and you, the audience, the role of the woman. Because it's my job to satisfy you. And you just have to sit there. And then, just like sex, my success or failure will somehow be determined by how much noise you make during my performance. Which makes it a one-sided affair, I feel, maybe you're the quiet type. I hope we have magic tonight. I hope we create something wonderful. For many of us, it's our first time together, and that means it might be awkward. I understand this. And if that's the case, I want you to know that I'll look into your eyes, I'll see that I'm freaking you out, and I'll stop. I'll stop, and I'll flip you back over, and we'll go back to the simple stuff. Okay. I've been in America for a few months now, and I'm really just thrown by the place. It's not what I expected at all. Different from the brochures and the pamphlets. There's many assumptions I had about America before I came here, and I've come to learn that those were wrong. For one, I just assumed people spoke English here. It's far from it. It's not, you know what, it's not so much the language, so much as the pronunciation of words that throws me off. It's just what Americans have done with the language. You guys have just, wow, you've done something. You've put 22s on the English language. You've got rims that just pimp my language. That's what you've gone with, you know? I don't understand. I was chatting to this woman downtown the other day. She came up to me and she wanted me to see something. I don't know what though. She was like, oh my God, look over there. I said, look over what? She's like, over there. Look at that her. And I said, her? She's like, no, her. Look, there's two of them. I understand nothing. Even the small words, just the pronunciation, you know, small things that get you by. For instance, I pronounce the opposites of uncle as aunt. I say my aunt. Out here, you say my aunt, which to me is an insect, which made me look like an ass when my friend told me his aunt died. And I was like, so what? There's tons of those out there. What a great way to end a friendship. I couldn't get help the other day when searching for a battery for my remote control, because that's what I say, battery, a small form of power. Yes, in America, you say battery, which to me is a different form of power. Sponsored by Chris Brown. And you know what to understand? We live on different sides of the globe, so it's fine. The language will evolve. This is something I've come to understand. But I hope I change one thing in your hearts forever. Just one thing. And that is that animal in the wild that looks like a horse. It has black and white stripes. Yeah, do me a favor. From now on, please, it's not zebra, okay? It's zebra. Yeah? Just like it's not Debra, it's Deborah. Same structure of word. Plus, you cannot name them because you do not have them. Zebra. This is madness. Everything out here is different. Do you know how hard it is to learn when you come out here? You have to change everything. There's the measurement system, which is just, America, you guys have your own thing, the imperial system, you know? On my side of the world, we use the metric system, and by my side, I mean the rest of the world, you know? We have the metric system, which is, amongst other things, very efficient. It's a very simple process. You know, everything goes into each other. And out here you have imperial, which is fine. I won't judge you. If you want to be imaginary, that's up to you. But I just feel like there's some consistency that's needed. Small things. Like, for instance, when we abbreviate our small measurement, milligrams, we use mg. Milligrams. Mg. Milligrams. And you guys have ounces. Ounces, which you then abbreviate OZ. There's no Z in the word, ounces. I don't know. That's pale in comparison to what you've done with pounds. That for me, please explain to me how the abbreviation for pounds became LBS. Pounds. I look like the idiot walking into the store going, could I please have the 2 labs bag of sugar? I was like, you mean pounds? I said, I don't see the P. No, I don't. She said, well, it means pounds. It's not LBS. A lot of bullshit. That's what it stands for. This is horrible. In fact, it's crazy. You do realize the imperial system is so inefficient that even American drug dealers have switched over to metric. Even drug dealers got to the point where they said, we need some order, we're going with metric. And I honestly thought this was an anomaly. I thought, you know what, this is just one of those things, it's a coincidence, but it's not. Americans do not care about abbreviation nor the English language. They don't give a damn. I learned this in the small things. Like for instance, when I was in Tennessee, I stumbled on an organization known as the Ku Klux Klan. You heard of them? Worst magic show ever. Guy gave me a pamphlet. He was like, come and see the Grand Wizard. Grand Wizard! The Grand Wizard! Didn't do one trick! Not even one trick. I mean, I noticed a few black people disappear, but I mean, that's not magic. No, that's just Reaganomics. I wasn't impressed by that. Like, where's the magic? I sat there forever. These guys running around in their sheets. Yeah, the KKK, as they're affectionately known. Has nobody bothered to tell them ever that you do not spell clan with a K? Nobody stopped. Even in America, clan is spelt with a C. The Ku Klux Klan, they're the KKC, not the KKK. You realize that? Ku Klux Klan. The C. In fact, the name is wrong. The whole thing, the Ku Klux parts of it. That's just horrible because they got that, as you know, from ancient Greece. It was Ku Klux Alphion, meaning a circle of brothers. And that's how they got their name. They call themselves a Greek circle of brothers, which is wrong for two reasons. One, if your sole purpose as an organization is to hate black people, don't you find it strange that you've now named yourself the circle of brothers? And secondly, do they realize that in ancient Greece, circles of brothers were doing very different things with one another? Very loving, very, yeah. If they were really a Greek circle, the sheets would be a bit higher up, just more of a, yeah, maybe one more hole. They're not I love it. I have no problem with these things. I will learn them. I'm willing to take this in my stride. Because that's not why I came to America, not to analyze the English language. No, I came to America because I always wanted one thing, and that is I always wanted to be black. You laugh, but it's true. That's all I ever wanted. I grew up in South Africa during a time known as apartheid. And for those who don't know, apartheid was a law in South Africa that made it illegal for black and white people to interact with each other, If you did that, then you would get into trouble. So, for instance, there's a black young lady here sitting with the white guy. If you did this in South Africa, then they'd arrest you guys. You couldn't, during apartheid, they'd arrest the black girl. They just ask you not to do it again. And so this was awkward for me because I grew up in a mixed family, with me being the mixed one in the family. My mother's a black woman, South African, and my father's Swiss, from Switzerland. So he was a white man, and basically, he still is a white man. It's not like he changed. Sorry, I said was, like through hard work and determination, he became black, which is not, that guy's looking at me like, is that possible? It's not, no, sir. You're fine. You're 100% fine. Your position of privilege is just the way it was. Although it would be something, though, if you could work so hard you became black. That would just be, wouldn't it? That would change the workplace forever. You see guys walking into their office talking to the boss. Jim, I think I'm gonna take a few days off. I don't know. I feel it coming on. I've been putting in some overtime, and I don't know, man. I just, Look, I mean, the wife's loving it, but I can't take a chance. I just filled out a new loan application, and my credit's looking real good. So I'm gonna take a few days off. Yeah. No, you're fine, sir. My father is alive and still very, very white. From Switzerland, my mother, Xhosa woman from South Africa. Yeah, and they got together during this time, which was against the law, but they didn't care, They were mavericks. They were just, they fought the man. My mom was like, woo, I don't care, I want a white man, woo! And my dad was also like, well, you know how the Swiss love chocolate, so he was just... He was in there. And so they got together, and they had me, which was illegal. So I was born a crime, which is something they never thought through, because as a family, we couldn't live normally together, Like in the streets, my father had to walk on the other side of the road. And he could just wave at me from far, like a creepy pedophile. And then my mom could walk with me, but if the police showed up, then she'd have to let go of my hand, drop me, and act like I wasn't hers. Every time, just so we wouldn't get caught. Be like, woo! She'd be like, I don't know. It was horrible. I felt like a bag of weed. And one of the punishments for this crime was I was never afforded a race. I was never called black. I was never called white. I got horrible names like mixed breed and mutt and half caste, and it was a horrible time for me. And one fateful day, I'll never forget, I met an American in South Africa And he said to me, he said, well, you know, Trevor, it's funny you say that because if you come out to America, they'll label you as black. I said, really? And he was like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's black out there. And I was like, wow, well, I want to be black. And I found out it's true. Mixed race people are categorized as black in America. Yeah. The only catch is, and nobody tells you this, you have to be liked and successful first. Before then, they say you mixed. You achieve success, and you get upgraded to black. All the famous mixed people do it. Singers, like Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey, yeah? Mixed, but then they say black singers. Sportsmen, like Tiger Woods, mixed, but then they say black golfer. The most famous mixed person on the planet by far, Barack Obama, mixed, half and half, straight down the middle. But then they say America's first black president, which is interesting because when he was running, they called him the mixed candidate. I see how it works. Everyone makes it obvious now. They're like, yeah, Barack, of course he won, of course. It wasn't that obvious when he started. It wasn't. I remember comedians coming out. They used to diss him. Guys would come out on stage and be like, man, how many of y'all see that crazy-ass mixed fool running for president? Y'all see that mixed fool running for president? What you gonna see? Ain't no mixed fool gonna be president of the United States of America. Ain't no man, which white people gonna be voting for a mixed fool? Even a black man can't win shit. Even a black man can't. How some mixed fool think he gonna do it out? Man, that mixed fool, that crazy-ass mixed fool. How some mixed fool, that mixed fool? And then he won, and all of a sudden they were like, my nigga. So... Joke number one. Okay. No, I'm kidding. Just get into it. Don't waste time. Straight into it. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. How you guys doing? Thank you for coming. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for coming out. So good to see you here. It's been a wonderful journey. It's our last tour of South Africa for a while. Before I leave, go to America. I'm gonna go for 2 weeks. And then when I come back, I'm gonna be talking like this. I don't know why people do that. You know what the worst thing is? Is you talking like that. That's the worst thing. It's been so much fun, man, traveling around South Africa, you know, trying to write new material for a new show. It's always difficult. The easiest stuff to write, I find, is political stuff in South Africa. It's too easy now. It's become, you know, like you give comedians credit. You go, oh, he's so funny. But we're not geniuses. We really aren't. Like the guys in power, they do it all for us now. They're actually taking our jobs. It's not cool. It's not cool. Because soon you guys are gonna figure it out, and you're gonna stop coming to the show, and you're gonna start going to press conferences, and you're not gonna. Then you'll be like, oh, where you guys going on Friday? Oh, I'm going to the Zuma press conference. Eh? Oh, bro, like yeah, that guy he's my favorite. Eh? Be like, can you sign my DVD? Can you sign my shirt? Sign my shirt. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. I'm glad the rain stopped for a little bit. It's been heavy, you know. Roads have been flooded, and there's been lightning and thunder, and you know, it's been crazy. These storms are everywhere. I find myself laughing these days when lightning strikes, you know, especially when it's those big ones where you feel like it hit like the next road or something. Because every time I see lightning, I think of the MEC of the Northwest, MEC of Safety and Security. True genius, true comedic genius. Like we all have our mentors, and you know, I look up to guys like him. No, because he came out after, what happened was, there was a funeral on the weekend, and what happened was there was a lightning storm, and lightning struck the people at the funeral, and 9 people were killed instantly. There's nothing funny about that. 9 people dead, gone. Nothing funny at all, although it must have been a bit weird, because like, you know, you're there because someone has died, and then it's a bit awkward now. You don't know if you carry on here or do you... You don't, but it's a bit, you don't know. And then you're like, do you put them in? Because there's like, because you know there's going to be like one uncle who's like, no, there's space, put him. I must buy another box. It's just like, you know what I mean? And if you've got like one of those possessive mothers, you know those mothers that love their kids, probably then she's crying and then everyone's like, and then they dead, and then they're like, oh, then she's like, don't you dare, don't you cry for them, you don't cry for them. You came here for this, you came here, you save your tears and you cry where hey, they freshly dead, you can cry for them next week, you bring those tears here. But there's nothing funny about it, and And so what happened is on the Monday after the funeral, the MEC came out and he held a press conference. And he was there and the journalists had all gathered and it was very serious. And he came out there and the photographers and everyone was there and he said, we have had what have happened on that funeral. Let it be known that we will launch a probe and we will not rest until we know where does this lightning come from. Not rest. His assistant was probably like, up. He was like, we're up. We want to know, where does it come from? I didn't even make the joke. He just said this. I just repeated it to you. It's like, you see. And now it's election time, which means politicians are out in full force, kissing babies. Helen Zizla is dancing again and speaking Xhosa. You know it's election time, you know. ANC comes out with a huge campaign. If you are not happy about service delivery, then you must vote for change. I'm like, but you guys are the ones. Yeah, but we'll change. You're like, so what, must we vote for someone? No, don't vote for someone else. Just keep it here. Yeah, keep it here. Just keep it here. Oh, yeah, bring it back. Keep it here. Yeah, bring it here. No, we'll change. Just keep it here. Yeah. Whoa. You got the DA chasing after them. I mean, I like the fact that the DA is the official opposition, but like, they can't point out everything. Like, after a while, it just gets boring, you know? DA doesn't tell us what they're gonna do. They're running around telling us everything the ANC's not doing. Look at him! Do you want a president who doesn't tie his shoelaces? Look at that! It's just shoelace, but still. It's become ridiculous. They chased after the ANC and exposed them with the whole Gupta thing. Did you see that story? The Guptas, one of the most famous families who apparently own the whole of South Africa. Like, they just own everything, including the Zuma family. And basically what came out was they said, yes, this family runs the Zumas. They run them. In fact, when President Zuma became President Zuma, they summoned him, the Guptas summoned him to their residential abode, and they paraded him in front of their friends and family. Paraded him. This is what the DA said, parade. I think they're pushing it, like it wasn't paraded. It wasn't summoned, he was probably invited. It wasn't summoned. You know, it wasn't paraded. Because when they say paraded, like I'm sure it was their meet and greet, new president, we rich, you president, how you doing, here's some money. It's a cool, we understand, but it wasn't like paraded. Because when you think of paraded, it makes it seem like that Indian family was sitting there, the whole Guptas, there they were, and they were like, everybody sit down, he's coming. Sit down, party, sit down. We got a Zulu man, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming. Yes, he'll do the dance. Sit there. Have you got your popcorn? You got your popcorn. Okay, everyone got it. Done. Dim the lights. He's coming. Dim the lights. He's there at the door. Start the music. Jacob Zuma. It wasn't paraded. He was invited. And the DA said, we need to investigate these claims. We need to investigate them. We said, would you? They said, we'd love to investigate. We will get the best investigators we can. And they did. The DA went out and got the best investigators they could find. Investigators so good, they found that the Guptas had also given the DA money. Priceless. Hey there, thanks for watching. Now, all I need you to do is click on that little circle on your screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, just like that. Hold on.